So in gratitude, we say thank you on behalf of all the Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament. We say welcome to you to come to the sacred space of the Mother House of the Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament and the National Shrine of St. Katharine Drexel. Katharine Drexel was a great Philadelphian woman from a great family who truly loved America and who truly loved all people. So we want to thank you all again for coming and for sharing with us this day. As we celebrate our participation here from the National Shrine in Bensalem Unity Week, I have asked Katie Sullivan, who is the National Coordinator for the Franciscan Volunteer Ministry, to share with us the work that her volunteer ministry does, but in the name of the church.
On our cover of the program today is a quote from Martin Luther King, which is such a perfect introduction to Unity Week, and one of my favorite quotes of his. Life's most persistent and urgent question: what are you doing for others? Unity Week is an annual tradition, a week to honor and celebrate diversity, and to recognize and rejoice in all that we hold in common. And each day of the year, we try to live out the openness, the sharing, and the learning of this time. We each come here today with our own stories, our own experiences, our own encounters with the sacred, and I hope later to hear some of your stories. It is an honor and a joy to be with all of you, so many gathered here today, to reflect, to pray, and to pray especially for our own responsibility and role in living that unity and making it a lived reality. So as we journey together, I pray that we may recognize and cherish each other as fellow pilgrims. May our hearts be filled to overflowing with faces and names and experiences of our brothers and sisters. May our hearts and minds be open to the love of God, and may our lives be reflections to others of God's true love. In closing, I share with you some words of St. Katharine Drexel, in whose shrine we are gathered today. If we wish to serve God and love our neighbor well, we must manifest our joy in the service we render to him and to them. Let us open wide our hearts. It is joy which invites us. Press forward and fear nothing.
On our program, we have What Do We Celebrate Today? Monday, when we celebrated Martin Luther King in our community, Sister Roland gave us a little talk, and I just took excerpts out of it. You know, it's 85 years ago since Dr. King was born. It's 50 years since the March on Washington. It's 50 years since JFK was killed. It's 150 years since Lincoln gave the Gettysburg Address. And this past, I guess it was in December, we lost our icon, Nelson Mandela. So there's a lot of things that have happened, and we have a lot to remember. So we'll continue that later on when we go over to eat. But in 1941, before we got pulled into the World War II, Franklin Delano Roosevelt gave an address, and it inspired Norman Rockwell. You might be familiar with his paintings. He used to paint something for the Saturday Evening Post every week. And he inspired to do 4 paintings illustrating our freedoms. As Americans, we have a freedom from want, a freedom of speech, a freedom of worship, and a freedom from fear. And these are copies of the 4 pictures that Rockwell painted.
But as we sing Rise Up, O People, we do want to hold in our hearts all the efforts of Martin Luther King, all the efforts of each faith community that makes every effort to bring people together no matter what our faith convictions are. We are one human family, and together we want to spread freedom, we want to spread love, we want to live as brother and sister in every community where we reach out to.
Rise up, O people.